The 2K Sports pregame show, sponsored by Sprite.
Hey, this is Ernie Johnson, 2K Sports. Shaquille O'Neal is with me. Thank you all for being here. Our coverage tonight from Phillips Arena as the Atlanta Hawks will be playing against the Detroit Pistons. Well, for Detroit, 5-5 over their last 10 games, but they're not satisfied with 500 ball, looking to tack one onto the win tally tonight. Hey, Shaq, when the Pistons hired Stan Van Gundy as the head coach, they also made him president. I mean, he's calling the shots there. What do you think?
Well, he's a, controlling type of guy. Fits him very well. You have to put him in a select category now. So only very few coaches that have complete control over basketball and decision. The other two are Popovich and Doc Rivers.
It is almost game time here on 2K Sports. Time to turn it over to Kevin Harlan and company. Kevin.
Welcome, everyone, to Phillips Arena. We're in Atlanta, Georgia, the home of the Hawks, where we'll be broadcasting live today. And as we start the weekend here on this Friday night, this is Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, welcoming you to NBA basketball on 2K Sports. The Hawks with their last game here in Atlanta before heading out on the road. Still early in the season, but the front office and coaching staff likes what they are seeing from this team so far. Better winning percentage than last year.
When I look at Atlanta, they've made some nice strides, a good blend in terms of talent and experience, looking really confident to start this season.
Well, you've got to crawl before you can walk, and I'll tell you what, they're walking tall right now. This club playing with a ton of confidence.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Monroe and Drummond there inside. Meeks and Singler at the 2 and 3. And it's Augustine in at the point guard position. Teague with the ball. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Dishes it to Korver. Shoots the 3. Rebound by Greg Monroe.
Well, Greg Monroe is a bit of a tweener defensively, not as quick as some power forwards and not as big and strong as some centers, but I think he's made strides at the defensive end of the floor and has become pretty good at defending either one of those positions.
So it's the Hawks now. Greg Monroe unable to get his shot to go. Teague the pass to Millsap. There's a good screen. Off the screen. Clock at 6. A nice shot by Teague. And Monroe, not an explosive leaper or big-time shot blocker, Steve, but he moves his feet pretty well defensively.
He does, and for his size, he does a solid job of covering up space and contesting shots. And given what he brings to the table offensively, he's more than solid at the defensive end.
Here's Monroe after the made shot from Jeff Teague. And Augustine kicks to Meeks. The three-pointer, no good. Pistons on defense. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
And what stands out from that game, Clark, is that they let a lot of points slip through their fingers at the free throw line.
Yep, and I think some doubt started to creep in as well when they kept missing their foul shots. Guys seem to tighten up and start alligator arming those things.
And that one's good.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and, Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Here is Korver. Against the Lakers, he was really on his game. Teague kicks to Korver. Millsap dishes to Korver. It's Millsap with the drive. Rebound, Detroit.
That was a layup, and you've got to knock that down. You've got to convert when you get those opportunities.
And Meeks kicks to Singler. He's looking for Monroe and finds him. The feed to Augustine. Back to Singler from outside the arc. And Horford pulls it down. The Hawks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And it's slammed in by Teague. Savage, that's the way to get some momentum on your side.
Absolutely. Those dunks can really have a deflating effect on the defense.
Especially coming from a guy out of the backcourt.
So it's the Pistons now after the basket by Atlanta. Now here's Drummond. 17 points for him last game against Phoenix.
And he gave him great effort defensively as well, including a couple of block shots.
Meeks, good.
That's a nice job of getting the ball in the paint and burying the shot. That's exactly how it's done.
Outside Teague. Passes it to Korver. Back to Teague. Millsap sets the pick for Teague. Pass to Millsap. Augustine with the steal. He kicks it to Drummond. Good work defensively by Millsap. For Atlanta, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. The pass to Korver for the 3. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Detroit's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Inside.
Had a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
Millsap a screen on Augustine. Teague with the ball. He's picked up by Drummond. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Paul Millsap, a first-time All-Star in 2014, really helped the Hawks not miss Josh Smith that much. He gave them superior production at 2/3 the price, and for value-conscious general managers, that's a big win.
And Millsap, one of the great value signings last season, a Louisiana native staying closer to home by playing in Atlanta. He really anchored the Hawks' front court as they weathered a bunch of injuries.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. And Paul Millsap last season, for the first time, Clark, making the three-pointer a consistent part of his offensive game.
And it really expanded his game. We knew he was a terrific rebounder. You knew he could bang and score in close. When he added that three-point shot, in addition to a nice little mid-range face-up game, now you got a guy who can be a nightmare to defend.
DJ Augustine playing big minutes for the Bulls last season with Derrick Rose hurt. And I'll tell you what, he put up some big numbers at times, 27 points in back-to-back games.
And for Augustine, undersized at the point guard position, he has struggled defensively.
Yeah, and he has to compensate with his shooting and passing skills. When he's hitting shots and finding teammates, he's solid.
And he makes the first.
You know, oftentimes when you go on the road, you're going to have to win close games, and the Pistons really struggled in that regard, and as a result, they didn't find themselves winning too many on the road.
Now here's Teague, another key contributor to that nice win against the Lakers. Here is Korver. Shot clock at 6. There's the triple. Rebound by Monroe. Monroe's got 4 rebounds in this game. Guys, for the Pistons, they are a young team overall, and that can be a factor in both road games and close games.
Well, the nerves can get to you, or you know, just a little bit of inexperience as well. The 12-29 road record for the Pistons last year. They know that's something they have to improve upon. Kamari Carroll last season, a consistent starter for the first time in his NBA career. I'll tell you, he really turned the corner with his three-point shot, providing a great complement to his high-energy play.
Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for Jody Meeks. Now here is Augustine. 11 points for him in that last game against Phoenix. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And Carroll, known as the junkyard dog for his hustle style.
Really an athletic energy guy, Kevin. I mean, he can rebound, he runs, he finishes around the rim. Always a hard worker. So no surprise that he's been able to expand his game to be more complete offensively.
Now we'll go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Stan Van Gundy.
We talked about the keys to this game, and he singled out Paul Millsap as a player they've simply got to be mindful of. Coach told me he's always been an energy guy, someone you have to locate and box out every possession. But he's developed his offensive game to the point where he's more than just a hustle guy. He's also a scoring threat now, and a guy we can't leave open. They'll be watching him, Kevin.
And thank you for that, Doris. Here's Augustine. Following the basket by Paul Millsap. Here's Monroe. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Greg Monroe, 6'11", 250, the ability to play the 4 or the 5 spot, and his combination of size and skill makes him very coveted around the league.
And Monroe, very left-hand dominant, much better scoring from that side of the floor.
Yeah, and while being a lefty does throw defenders off, I think developing his right hand is something that will help him even get better as he moves forward.
Mike Scott's checked in for Paul Millsap. Kicks it to Korver. Back to Teague. Scott with a screen on Augustine. Teague, the pass to Scott. And he jams it with authority. The rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
Yeah, that is Showtime stuff right there. Major highlight reel material.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here.
Well, to get those big in-conference wins, you've got to be able to adjust mid-game, and the Hawks did that very well last season. A lot of runs for them in the third quarter of games.
The Pistons trailing. Now Augustine, averaging 12 points a game. He feeds it to Monroe. Great touch on the 16-footer. Monroe's got 7. And for the Hawks in the East, guys, finished as the 8th seed in part because of their ability to adjust after the half.
Yeah, they'd end up with 28 wins in the conference, but a lot of them came from their ability to come out strong after the break.
Now, here's Scott. Right now averaging 5 points a game. 5 on the clock. That's good. Scott's got his second bucket of the night.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Well, their energy is lacking. They've got to start playing harder and battle down in the paint.
Here's Augustine. He's looking for Monroe and finds him. 8 feet away. That's in. Augustine with the assist. Monroe's got it all tied up now for the Pistons. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Teague dishes to Korver. Back to Teague. Feeds it to Scott. 6 on the shot clock. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
That was some skill there. Nice use of the bounce pass.
Pistons have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. And Augustine kicks to Drummond. And the Pistons getting another bucket right there.
Boy, has there been any defense played yet in this game?
Nope, this game has been all about rapid-fire offense early.
Outside Teague. Pass to Scott. Rebound by Monroe. Monroe's got 5 rebounds tonight. Augustine against Teague. And here is Drummond, averaging 18 points a game. 6 to shoot. And there's Augustine. That's good on the assist by Drummond. And the Pistons lead by 2.
And that assist earned him a little nod from his teammate after the basket.
Schroeder, he's checked in for Teague. And a different look here for the Pistons. Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Andre Drummond. Jerebko comes in for Monroe. Butler, he's checked in for Singler. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Augustine. The Hawks again can't hit.
Well, that's clearly a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look at.
Well, true. The defenders shouldn't relax just because he missed that one. He's capable of getting hot in a hurry.
And it's Butler missing. For Atlanta, they've gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Here's Schroeder, right now averaging 5 points a game. Here's Horford, and there's the rejection. Fast break, Detroit.
Well, last season for Butler, he knew he was going to be in a rebuilding situation with the Bucks, but when they bought him out at the end of February, he had a chance to join a real contender.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
They've been very good in the low post. I'm sure they'll be looking to continue that as the game wears on.
And the fact that they're playing well, close to the hoop, finding points in the paint, I mean, they've got it all going tonight.
And the Hawks making a change here. Ontic is checked in. Here's Scott. Tries again. The dish to Schroeder. And here's Korver from the arc. Rebound, Detroit.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Dinwiddie passes to Urepko. Outside Butler. He dishes it to Caldwell Pope. Tolliver down low. And that one goes long.
And with Butler, as you said, a chance to join a team with title hopes. Ended up spurning the Heat, a team he came up with, and joined the Thunder instead.
Here's Schroeder. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off. No challenge from the defense there. Clark could have put that one through any way he wanted.
And I love the choice there, partner, going hard to the hoop for that throwdown.
Yeah, that's invisible defense leading to a very visible finish.
And he gets it to go. Dinwiddie's got his first points of the game. And Butler in his 13th season looking for a little more stability after bouncing from the Clippers to the Suns to the Milwaukee Bucks and to the Thunder last season.
Well, as long as he's hitting those threes, he's got something left to contribute. He was thrilled to get to Oklahoma City last year and make that deep playoff run.
Well, it's been a while since Motor City has seen the playoffs on the basketball court, and it just appears as though they've been stuck in neutral the last few seasons.
With Detroit, as you said, haven't made the playoffs since 2009, and Steve, over the last few years, just stuck near the bottom.
And they've been, kind of a treadmill team, good enough to not be dead last, but not bad enough to get a really high pick. And they tried to change it via free agency, so we'll see how it goes.
Here's Dinwiddie. Here's Caldwell Pope. From deep three-point range, and he gets it to go. Caldwell Pope's got his first 3 points of the game. The Hawks trail by 5. Here's Schroeder, still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Dishes to Korver, off the pick. It's hauled in by Tolliver.
Well, with that much space off the pick, you've got to drop that in.
Yeah, you got to make that one. I mean, that's a high-quality shot you should make 9 out of 10 times.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. The Pistons on top, up 5. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter.
NBA season is in full swing.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And guys, looking at what you've seen so far from the Pistons, what do you think?
And a good start for this club. I like the way they played together, really moved the ball and did a nice job offensively.
Yeah, excellent ball movement, and it's paid off on the scoreboard, too.
The Hawks shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And so in the game for the Hawks, they've got Schroeder. Kent Bazemore is out there with Paul Millsap. Then it's Ontic, and it's Korver in at the 2 spot. Atlanta shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
Well, solid numbers for this club from the free throw line this season, shooting about 77% collectively.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
And there's the feed to Meeks. Passes to Tolliver. Down low, here's Urepko. The shot is off. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. Their last game, a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
I'll tell you what jumped off the page to me, guys. The firepower off the bench. And that's what really, I think, led them to that victory.
Well, it was that energy boost factor, we call it. You can't rely on that kind of scoring coming from the reserves every game, but it was there for them that night.
Pass to Meeks. Here's Dinwiddie. He kicks it to Meeks. To the inside. Here's Tolliver. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And the defense looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Yeah, I like that. A foul to save the layup. Make him earn it at the line.
Atlanta making some changes. Brand comes in for Parawantic, and it's Teague in for Dennis Schroeder. Detroit also making some changes. Andre Drummond's checked in for Urebka. Kyle Singler comes in for Caron Butler. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Dinwiddie.
Boy, I like how Paul Millsap used his body to get into the defender there.
Greg Monroe, he's checked in for Anthony Tolliver. The Hawks have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight. And they now lead as the free throw drops for him.
Well, Paul Millsap has said he doesn't feel undersized anymore with the way the league is going, but more emphasis now on spreading the floor, so Millsap fits in easier. He can always find somebody to guard.
Drummond with it. He's picked up by Brand, and that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. Clock at 4. Augustine from outside. And Elton Brand pulls it down.
And for Millsap, frankly, his height has really never been an issue. I mean, this is a guy who was a big-time rebounder throughout his days in college. But even though he's only 6'7", that 7-foot wingspan helps, and he's strong enough to hold his own with most forwards in the league.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burdick. Doris, what do you have?
Well, this offseason, the Pistons bringing in Stan Van Gundy in a dual role as head coach and president of basketball operations. Stan said in a lot of places there's not a connection between the front office and coaching. This setup creates a very unified organization. There are no excuses now. It's on us to get it done. We'll see if they can, gentlemen.
Well, thanks, Doris. Van Gundy builds his roster, then coaches it. We've seen that model succeed with the Spurs and the Clippers. No question, guys, that Millsap can rebound and defend the power forward position with the best of them.
Yeah, you remember he led the NCAA in rebounding all 3 of his seasons at Louisiana Tech. So this guy has a nose for the ball.
Meeks dishes to Singler, and he gets the bucket. Singler's got his second bucket tonight. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, no team able to build a big lead early on. I mean, it's tight.
What do you think, Steve?
Well, both teams still kind of feeling each other out here, and neither team has been able to find an edge in this game.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
Last season, there were a handful of teams jockeying for that final playoff spot in the East, and the Hawks were right there in the middle of it and ended up snagging the 8th seed and then scared the Pacers in round 1.
And although the Hawks would end up being the only sub-500 team to make the playoffs, they put on quite a show when they got there.
Damari Carroll's checked in for Atlanta.
That's a familiar sight. He hardly ever wastes his chances at the line. Cashes in regularly.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Hawks?
With the aggression they're showing early on, I mean, they're driving it to the hoop with authority and force.
And they've also been very productive from the foul line, getting there early and often.
Well, Atlanta was able to push Indiana to 7 games before falling out of the playoffs. Certainly proved they deserve to be there.
And they did it without being at full strength, Kevin. I mean, Al Horford was out most of the season with that torn pectoral muscle. And just to be able to put up that kind of fight against Indiana was a comfortable matchup for the Hawks. Shooting 3, spreading the floor, playing small ball. And they gave Indiana all they wanted and then some.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Well, he wasn't phased at all by the bigger man on him. And on the low block, I thought he might be.
You know, Steve, I thought maybe he'd prefer to bring him out to the perimeter, but whatever works, go to it.
Al Horford is checked in for Elton Brand. And Bazemore kicks to Teague. Outside Carroll. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. The Pistons have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Now a timeout called by Detroit. The Detroit Pistons, a proud franchise, of course, from 03 to 08, 6 consecutive trips to the Eastern Conference Finals. And Clark in 2004, the NBA title.
But the rebuild process has had its hiccups, Kevin, its speed bumps, if you will, some questionable free agent signings. There's talent there, but this team hasn't quite figured out how to come together.
And Drummond kicks to Augustine. Nice ball movement by Detroit. And there's the pass to Monroe. Shot clock at 5. The leader. It's blocked. Carroll kicks it to Bazemore.
Then you look at the Pistons, some great size and athleticism inside, but they've lacked the high percentage outside shooting to space the floor offensively.
And, for the Pistons last season, you look at the size and shot blocking ability, and you thought that team would be tougher defensively. But that wasn't really the case. I think it has to be attributed to mindset. Those young, big, athletic guys have to become much tougher mentally at the defensive end to be really successful.
From 6 away, no good off the back of the rim. The Hawks leading. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Bazemore's got 7 points here in this quarter.
It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but now he's definitely found his stride and rhythm.
Augustine against Teague. Monroe sets a screen for Augustine. Horford against Drummond. Monroe banked in off the glass. Monroe's got 11.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
No, it's off the charts. It really is. And defensively, they have to start shutting down some of those lanes to the hoop.
Kicks to Bazemore. Back to Teague. Out to the wing. He feeds it to Bazemore. Here's Horford. Detroit with the rebound. Monroe's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. The 10-footer. That one goes. Count it. Singler's got the game tied up here for the Pistons.
Yeah, he didn't have to slow down at all, guys. Just perfectly timed pass there.
Feeds it to Bazemore. Back to Teague. The 3. Detroit with the rebound. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Atlanta.
Yeah, a very familiar opponent. They've played these guys an awful lot over the years, and that's the first of their 4 get-togethers this season.
Pass to Bazemore. The dish now to Millsap. And there's the feed to Bazemore. Teague against Augustine. He got right to the cup using that screen. And the Hawks lead by 2.
Ran his man straight into that screen to open the lane up for the hoop.
And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
Boy, he just battled through that initial impact and somehow willed it in.
Excellent concentration. That's what you like to see.
Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for Detroit.
Let's see where the Pistons sit right now in the NBA statistics here early in the season. 2nd in scoring, 7th in three-point field goal percentage. And they're in the top half of the league in team rebounding as well. They've got some glass eaters on that squad.
And I think what's most impressive when you talk about those points per game is the fact that they're spreading it around. This is a very unselfish team. They work to get good shots every time down the floor, and they become a very efficient offensive team.
Dishes it to Teague. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Well, the Hawks not just competitive, but also with some financial flexibility. That's been a goal with their front office.
And they put themselves, Kevin, in a good position. And this is a team that I think could make some moves going forward.
He hits the 2nd from the line.
And the Hawks, in creating their cap space, had to part company with some of their star talent. Joe Johnson, Josh Smith. No, that's their 2 leading scorers in consecutive seasons. Moving on, and yet they've stayed on the winning track.
Here's Meeks, averaging 9 points per contest. He dishes it to Caldwell Pope. From the top of the key, Atlanta with the rebound. Millsap's got 7 rebounds in the game.
Well, I tell you what, you have to be impressed with the resiliency of this Hawks team. Losing Johnson and Smith, then Horford goes down to a serious injury, and yet they've battled through and really in many cases have exceeded expectations.
Here's Meeks. Teague covering. Launches a 3. Meeks can't hit.
This game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding is one thing that they've been able to dominate.
Yeah, they've chased down that pumpkin often.
And that one's good. Drummond.
Boy, what a great job making good on the second opportunity. He stayed with that play from start to finish.
Here's Bazemore. 11 points for him in that last game against the Lakers. Teague can't hit.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
Meeks passes to Drummond. Carroll with the rebound. Carroll's got his 3rd rebound tonight. The Hawks have gone 7 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. Passes it to Horford. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Back to Teague. He kicks to Bazemore. Pass to Teague. Millsap left side. Tries again, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That one on Monroe.
One of the problems for the Pistons last year was they seemed to collapse late in games. Found a lot of opportunities that went awry in due to poor performances in the fourth quarter.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Carroll Antich, he's checked in for Horford. Scott comes in for DeMarre Carroll, and it's Schroeder in for Teague. So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Andre Drummond. Jerebko comes in for Greg Monroe. Caron Butler's checked in for Kyle Singler. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Jody Meeks.
You talk about the Pistons letting games go late. They were one of the worst teams in the fourth quarter in both defense and scoring. Defense didn't give him any space there.
Now the pass to Tolliver. To the inside. Jerebko. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Jerebko's got the game tied up here for the Pistons. Thinking again about Detroit Clark, it would have been fatigue or just careless basketball that did him in late, but they really did just run out of steam, it seemed like, every game.
Well, it shows that you can play well for 3 quarters, even great at times for 3 quarters, 36, 38, 40 minutes, but you and I always talk about it's a 48-minute game, and you've got to run through the finish line, not to it.
Boy, they are just destroying them in the paint.
You could say that again, Steve. The defenders just aren't aggressive enough down low.
Schroeder kicks it to Bazemore. Millsap a screen. Bazemore dishes to Scott. Feeds it to Schroeder. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Tolliver. Detroit's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Whoops, they pick off the pass. Fast break, the Hawks. And Paul Millsap, the bucket on the assist by Schroeder. 8 points for Paul Millsap.
Well, you knew he'd win that race.
Definitely. I mean, that's what you call early offense.
The 11-footer can't get it to go. So the Hawks will take it the other way. 52 seconds left in the first half. Schroeder passes to Antich. Kicks it to Bazemore. He feeds it to Schroeder. Pass to Bazemore. Lets the 3 fly. Millsap misses. And, well, Detroit shooting 36% in the second quarter. They really haven't found their rhythm yet offensively here. Now the feed to Butler. Cans it from downtown. Butler's got 5 points now in the quarter.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any agenda.
It's hard to overstate all the points they've scored on assists today. Beautiful to watch.
Millsap down low, defended by Butler. Misses the layup.
Yeah, he's surprised he didn't make that one because he had a pretty clean look at the hoop.
And some nice defense there to end the quarter. Close game as we wrap up the second quarter. Pistons lead by 3. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, Karan, just a quick question before you head off to the locker room. What's the key strategy in a game like tonight's facing this type of team?
I mean, you just got to protect the paint. They got, great guys that's, on the perimeter knocking down shots. So, run them off the shots and, make them into facilitators and playmakers.
You guys certainly accomplished that, Karan. Thank you so much. Over to you guys.
Thank you for the great interview, Doris. We'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime. And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now.
No slowing him down, just some incredible numbers for Monroe. He has 9 rebounds, and he has 1 steal to his credit as well.
But he's done a better job than the numbers indicate, really. I think he's been really sound defensively, and he's helped his club.
Checking out the group for Stan Van Gundy to start the second half. Monroe and Drummond there inside. Meeks and Singler at the 2 and 3. And it's Augustine in at the 1. Millsap misses. Well, you knew that Andre Drummond was oozing with potential, but that keyword, potential, can quite often be as much of a curse, Clark, as it is a boon, but he just crossed him last year.
Yeah, he really did. I mean, with the way he moves around the floor at his size, you had to know that if he started to put it all together, he would be a game-changing talent, and he showed flashes of that and made a big leap last season.
The Pistons leading. Augustine with it. Here's Meeks. There's the dish to Augustine. Carroll with the rebound. Carroll's got 4 rebounds in this game.
And you said with Drummond, the movement and fluidity of him, he makes the extraordinary seem so easy at times. Very much a highlight reel machine at such a young age.
Shot clock at 6. Here's Millsap. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That one on Monroe.
The highlight plays will always be there for a guy like Drummond. Size, speed, athleticism. But, he was able to take on a lot more minutes last year and did not see an incredible efficiency drop-off, which is impressive. I think that could be just a sign of things to come for this young man.
Atlanta was a team that would end the year with a very strong record at home, as we saw, but Steve, you wouldn't expect that if you looked at their point differential here in this building.
Yeah, there weren't a lot of blowout wins for them here at home, but they were able to squeak out enough of the close ones to make it count.
The Hawks trailing. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. T kicks to Horford. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Horford's got his second bucket of the night.
And for Atlanta last season, they would end up with 24 wins here at home. 1 win less than what they did the previous year.
Monroe with a screen on Teague. Over in the corner, Meeks. Teague against Augustine. Meeks dishes to Augustine. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Augustine's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, for Atlanta, their home record was solid. 24 wins, but if you want to avoid the big teams in the East in the first round, you've got to do better. You don't want to be in that 7 or 8 seed and have to play the top teams in that Eastern Conference in the first round.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Al Horford, 6'10", 250, really a natural power forward who's been asked to play at center for his whole career. He's shown himself willing to battle bigger players inside, but you got to think he'd welcome a chance to switch back to the 4 spot.
And for Horford, you know, able to scrap inside to overcome his lack of size defensively, his quickness is his biggest advantage. I mean, he's excellent at moving in space and defending the pick and roll.
Augustine passes to Meeks. Drummond a screen. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Well, the pick worked really well there. Nice job taking it right to the 10 for the layup.
Here's talking about Horford's advantages playing center. Certainly his offensive skill set among those advantages.
Yeah, and an excellent mid-range jump shooter and ball handler. He can face up. He can draw opposing bigs further out than they'd like. But he's also strong enough and quick enough to get past them and get to the rim.
Teague kicks to Millsap. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Another shot. It's Drummond with the rebound. Pistons leading by 4. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, Kevin, no doubting Andre Drummond, an emerging star at the center position. As new coach Stan Van Gundy put it, I think we have 2 responsibilities to Andre Drummond that will help our team. Number 1, do everything we possibly can to develop him as a player. And secondly, to put a system and personnel around him that will allow him to thrive. Kevin?
Doris, it sounds like he'll play a pivotal role. Thank you.
Yeah, Van Gundy perhaps envisioning him as Dwight Howard 2.0 in the middle. We'll see if, in fact, Drummond can live up to that.
Teague against Augustine. Teague kicks to Millsap. Stolen by Monroe. Teague against Augustine. Dishes it to Drummond. Passes to Meeks. Just 3 to shoot. Rebound by the Hawks.
They've been able to get out to this lead without really getting a very reliable performance out of him from the field.
Augustine against Horford. Augustine dishes to Drummond. Augustine passes to Drummond. Singler outside. He kicks it to Augustine. Drummond sets the screen for Augustine. Tries again. Rebound by the Hawks. Teague's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Millsap a screen on Augustine. Teague kicks to Millsap. Here's Carroll. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
And the defense got away with a major lapse there.
Now here is Augustine. 9 points in the game so far. Now Teague. He dishes it to Horford. Pass to Millsap. Feeds to Carroll. Korver kicks to Teague. Now the pass to Millsap. Shot to stop the drought. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Jeff Teague, one of the quickest and most elusive point guards in the NBA. He's incredible in transition. And where he's really improved is in the half court. He's figured out how to carve up defenses off the dribble.
And Teague, a top-tier penetrator, a nice teardrop in the lane.
And he's an improved passer, too, Kevin. I like the confidence he's starting to play with now. Getting into the lane, he's elite when it comes to the assist-turnover ratio that point guards are measured by. And he continues to expand his offensive game as well.
And Augustine kicks to Drummond. Monroe sets a screen for Drummond. Good work defensively by Horford.
That's really too easy a chance to miss, guys. He needs to be more aggressive and focused on his finishes.
And Carroll gets it to go.
Sharp pass to give his teammate the high percentage shot in close.
Pistons have gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. Teague against Augustine. On the wing, Singler. Out to the right wing. Augustine against Teague. From 12 feet out. No good off the front iron.
And it seems like nothing is falling for him this quarter. He's really out of his rhythm.
Horford with the screen on Augustine. Offensive rebound. Millsap dishes to Teague. Kicks it to Carroll for the lead. Hawks passing it around. Millsap a screen. And stolen by Singler. And now the fast break. Meeks with the ball. And blocked. But they recover it. Pass to Augustine. He feeds it to Meeks. Drummond a screen. Tries again. Meeks. Good. Meeks got 5 points in the quarter. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Pistons.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And they're also really getting out in transition and scoring some hoops in the fast break tonight.
And one of the trademarks of the many best point guards in the league, their ability to score in addition to distribute. So here now a look at the top scoring point guards this season. Well, you look at Teague, third in the league. He typically dominates out there. He can seemingly score at will.
Well, this is a collection of maybe the most well-rounded players in the league. To see those kinds of scoring numbers from the point guard position is crazy.
Yeah, it's wacko. That's sort of the era we're in right now, though. A point guard who consistently takes things into his own hands is far more common than it used to be. Some people may not like it, but that's the way of the modern NBA. Change is inevitable, and I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Scotty's checked in for Horford. Ken Bazemore comes in for DeMarre Carroll, and it's Schroeder in for Jeff Teague. Here's Schroeder. The feed now to Scott. The dish to Korver. Shot clock at 6 for the tie, and it's good on the way in. Scott's got it all tied up now for Atlanta.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
Well, this game has been tough, Clark. I mean, they're getting after it. And I think they're starting to run a little bit low on energy, possibly. You're going to be waiting a long time if you're waiting for him to miss that when he's that open.
Schroeder passes to Millsap. Dishes it to Korver. Scott inside. Looking on your Repco. Second shot opportunity. For the lead. That's good. Bazemore's got 10. And Clark and Steve, as we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ballgame.
Yeah, exactly right, Kevin. I mean, these teams just simply keep trading baskets, and as a result, trading the lead.
Yeah, neither side really able to create much of a cushion at all. So, which team can make a little run here? We'll see.
Here's Dinwiddie. Passes it to Tolliver. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good.
Boy, you wonder what the score of this game would be if they weren't pulling down all these rebounds.
Love what I'm seeing from them in the paint. That's been their bread and butter in the second half. They've really knocked down their long-range shots.
Well, and as hot as they've been, there's no need to change their offense. Just continue to play the way you're playing. You're going to get open looks.
And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
Oh, the rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
I thought it might be a little imprudent to try to get those points right back, but it worked.
Here's Schroeder. He kicks to Korver. Fires the three. Another three for Atlanta.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
Yeah, they're making the right play. They're working together, and they're just looking for the best shot they can every possession.
Over to the wing. Here's Caldwell Pope. Misses off the left iron.
What was the defense doing there? I mean, he is not the guy to give an open look to, and yet they got away with it.
And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. So for the Hawks, Hero Ontic, he's checked in for Millsap, and Elton Brand subbed in for Kyle Korver. And Detroit with a change here, too. Augustine's checked in. Here's Bazemore. Atlanta again missing.
Kevin, just enough presence to bother that three-point attempt there.
Well, for a guy that shoots like he does, I mean, I'd say that is an easy look.
The shot by Butler, nobody around. Another three for Detroit.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Schroeder gives it to Bazemore. He dishes it to Ontic. Pass to Bazemore. Here's Schroeder. It's hauled in by Tolliver. Tolliver's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Augustine dishes to Tolliver. The Pistons working the ball around now for the lead. And there's Augustine. That's good on the assist by Tolliver. Augustine's got 4 points this quarter.
Can't pass up that kind of look.
Schroeder passes to Ontic. Here's Bazemore, defended by Butler. Shoots it up. Rebounded by Jerebko. Jerebko's got 4 rebounds in this game. And it's blocked by Scott. There's 25 seconds left to play in the third. Feeds it to Schroeder. They set the pick. The pass to Scott. Down low. Schroeder kicks to Ontic. For 3. Bazemore misses. Here's Butler. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. It's Detroit leading by just 1. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports.
Tune in Tuesday, November 25th. Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors go up against Dwayne Wade and the Miami Heat, live from American Airlines Arena. Make sure to catch it.
Come on.
The Pistons leading. Teague out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then it's Damari Carroll. Then it's Elton Brand. And it's Ontic in at the 5 spot. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. And they get it back. Hawks shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. There's a screen. Here's Teague, and he comes off the screen and slams it through. Tremendous stuff from a guy Clark we think more of for his passing.
Yeah, but he's got tremendous leaping ability and a surplus supply, too.
Well, that's a great aggressive move, and 2 big points, too.
Monroe with a screen on Teague, and Augustine kicks to Monroe. It's Meeks outside, but he gets it back. Good on the baseline, Jay. And the Pistons lead by 3.
Well, nothing was going down for him in the first half, but since the break, he's been on target.
Schroeder kicks to Teague. Brand right side. Outside Teague. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
It's been a good night for Teague. 12 points and 6 assists. I tell you what, he's made his mark on this game in so many ways, guys.
Yeah, just on the strength of his defense alone, he would have stood out, but his offense has been outstanding as well.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Al Horford, he's checked in for Brand, and it's Korver in for Schroeder. Drummond's checked in for Detroit. Singler comes in for Butler. Singler, a former second-round pick out of Duke, played his first professional season overseas in Spain. And Stevie's played consistent minutes for the Pistons to begin his NBA career.
Yeah, really a nice move on his part to get that development abroad, because he came back a better player, and he's quickly become a solid contributor at the NBA level.
Horford sets a screen for Teague. Augustine grabs the board. Antic kicks to Korver. Pass to Carroll. He feeds it to Teague. The dish to Horford. Puts up the baby hook, and that misses everything.
That's a huge part of what they want to do defensively. Limit his easy chances inside.
Teague against Augustine. Clock at 6. Shoots. The shot no good. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. Here's Carroll. He's covered by Singler. Carroll dishes to Teague. Horford sets a screen for Teague. Rebound, Detroit. Monroe's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession.
Difficult to explain that turnover. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did, but he really lost his place on the court.
And the Hawks making a change here. Millsap's checked in. Teague against Augustine. Here's Horford. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. And that's now 7 points for Al Horford.
Nothing too fancy, just simple execution. That's getting the job done when they need to make every possession count.
I agree, Clark. They need stops, and they can't afford any wasted possessions. Those inside shots are really high percentage looks.
And Meeks kicks to Monroe, and that one's good. Monroe's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
And here is Teague. Kicks it to Horford. Back to Teague. That's good.
That's a big basket there, and you can expect him to be very involved and aggressive the rest of the way.
The Pistons have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Augustine passes to Drummond. Up and in on the layup.
Heads up, aggressive play right there. He saw the smaller man on him, took it straight to the basket.
The Hawks trail by 3. Outside Teague. The feed to Korver to tie it up. Craig Monroe with the rebound.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, he had a really good look. I mean, he'll knock that down more often than not.
Millsap with the steal. Teague with the ball. Dishes it to Horford. Count the basket and the foul. That one on Monroe.
The defense left him just a little window to get through, and he just ducked in for the layup. Terrific job. Al Horford, the Dominican big man, won 2 titles with that great University of Florida team, actually back-to-back titles in 06 and 07. You really love his skill level. There's not much he can't do. He gets up and down. He's a terrific passer, and his mid-range jumper is spot on.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. He told the guys that for now, he wants to see them back off the three-point shot, saying all our offense doesn't need to come from perimeter jump shots. Let's get the ball inside for some high-percentage looks.
All right, Doris, thanks. And Steve, for Horford, consistently a threat from mid-range. It's curious that he has struggled at the free throw line the last couple seasons.
Yeah, it must be something mental, because you think about what a good shooter he is from the outside. Some people have even thought maybe he should shoot threes from time to time. But the free throw line struggles, that's something that's bothered a lot of people over the years, and usually it's a mental block of some sort.
Augustine dishes to Meeks. Great open look there. Meeks got 4 points this quarter.
There's been a change in his game compared to what we saw in the first half. I mean, he's scoring with a lot of confidence now.
Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Outside Teague. Passes it to Horford. Soft touch off the glass. And the Hawks lead by 1.
Boy, he's having a great half here. Exactly the opposite of the first.
The drive by Monroe. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession. For Atlanta, they've gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Now here's Teague. Millsap inside, covered by Monroe. Millsap misses. And Augustine kicks to Singler. Horford with the rebound. Horford's got rebound number 8 now on the night. He kicks it to Korver. He wants to get to Millsap and does. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
Now then you throw in the free throws on top of that, and this team really has it clicking.
Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
Atlanta leading by 4. Outside Teague. He dishes it to Millsap. Pass to Korver. Fires the 3. Detroit with the rebound. Augustine with it. Picked up by Teague. Augustine passes to Drummond. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that was kind of clumsy looking. He was not going to get away with that.
He climbed all over him like he was on the ladder. I mean, that's an easy over-the-back call there.
Now Augustine feeds to Meeks. Here's Monroe. That one off the back iron and out. The Hawks have gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the 4th. Millsap a screen on Augustine. Millsap sets the pick for Teague. At the top of the key, Millsap. Augustine with the steal. They need this one. Al Horford with the rebound. Horford's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done.
I think the game plan needs to change here, guys, if they're going to get out of the hole, because he is not helping their offense.
Jumps up, rips down the breakaway slam.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
Outside Teague, and the pass to Korver. Drummond working against Horford. Rebound, Detroit. Meeks got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Pass to Drummond. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Drummond's got 4 points now in the quarter.
You know, shooting as well as he has from the floor in the game this tight, guys, you've got to think he's going to be a factor near the end.
Picked by Horford. Outside Teague. He wants to get the Millsap and does. And he jams it with authority.
Rising high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam.
Yeah, what a way to wrap up that possession.
Detroit's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Here's Augustine. He feeds it to Drummond. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Checking out the game Andre Drummond is having. 16 points and the 1 steal. That kind of mix of assists and rebounds is what wins you basketball games.
Well, you've got to love having a guy who can do both those things well.
And he sinks the second. And here is Teague. The dish to Horford. Ball stolen. Augustine against Teague. Kicks it to Singer to take the lead. Atlanta with the rebound. Carroll's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Korver for 3. Can't get it to go. And Detroit the other way now. Augustine with it. In low to Monroe. Singler outside. The feed to Augustine. Just 4 to shoot. 13 feet away. And yes, sir, that one drops. And the Pistons lead by 1. And guys, here in the 4th quarter, still a close game.
Yeah, and actually still too close to call. I mean, this one is tight.
This could be an instant classic, fellas. I mean, this thing has all the looks of a game that's going to go right down to the last shot.
And it's slammed in by Millsap. Stupendous rush to the rim and a mighty slam on the end of it.
But through the teeth of some pretty soft D. I can't help but say that.
Well, let's see how that impacts things here, because those kinds of plays sometimes can be game changers on both sides.
And Augustine kicks to Meeks. Monroe down low. Millsap on him. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play.
What a clutch performer. He loves being in these situations, just relishes the opportunity. A lot of guys say they do, but you can see it in his face. He truly does.
Dishes to Horford. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, just take a look at what Horford's done tonight. He has 9 rebounds, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
Yeah, he's got to take his time behind the arc.
2 shots.
That's good. Going 1 or 2 from the line, and that narrows the gap to 1.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
Augustine dishes to Meeks. Passes it to Monroe. With some arc. Atlanta with the rebound. Now here's Teague. There's 57 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Pass to Horford. He kicks to Millsap. Rebounded by Greg Monroe. Detroit's gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range.
Huge points. That's beyond huge, Steve. I mean, they needed that bucket desperately.
Atlanta's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
They're over the limit.
First free throw is good, and that narrows the lead down to just 3.
Jack Teague. 2 shots.
And so Teague hits 2 free throws.
They're in great position now thanks to those clutch free throws. Just a 1-possession game now.
A chance here to possibly put it out of reach.
Yeah, they've got to focus, make sure this is a good, solid possession. They can take control of this game.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
These are incredible rebounding numbers. I'm not sure if we've ever seen anything like this, Clark.
Oh, that's for sure, Steve. I mean, a superhuman performance on the backboards. Well done.
And that's an intentional foul.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yep, you got to extend the game here. Try to keep that clock from moving.
And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
No mistakes there. I think you can close the book on this one, guys. It's done.
Long range from the inbound. Good! And that shot brings them to within just one.
He's got a lot of momentum going with his own game. He's been great today and just as hot as he was last time out.
They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 2. Second one is good. Aim both at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
And the free throws make things a lot more simple for them. Now you just have to guard against the three-pointer.
Atlanta calls timeout. They're trailing by 3. 3 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Can they tie? Oh, he got it!
Boom! Buzzer! Knock it down! Right at the hole! He knocks down the 3 to extend the game. Wow!
Talk about a clutch shot, guys. I mean, he showed no fear or hesitation at all hoisting up that 3, and now it's headed to OT.
We've got overtime action now, folks. Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, Doris Burke on our sideline, and this is Kevin Harlan. So Detroit will get the first possession. And away we go here with post-regulation basketball. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. And so in the game for the Hawks, Millsap at power forward with Horford at center. On the wings, Korver and Carroll, and it's Teague in at the point. He dishes it to Millsap. The second chance effort. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. Monroe. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. Yarebko's checked in for Detroit.
Paul Millsap. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. Good on the second free throw.
Only down 2 now, but that miss might hurt. If they don't get a stop, it's back to a 2-possession game.
And Augustine kicks to Drummond. Here's Meeks. A step-back shot here, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
Wow, what a shot. I'm not sure how he made that one.
Looking at the game for Meeks.
He's got 19 points, and there's a nice number in his assist column as well.
Yeah, it is a nice number. He's taken it upon himself to really find his teammates and to get this offense going.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. Drummond, and so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. And the Pistons making a change here. Tolliver's checked in.
2 shots.
No good on the second free throw.
Boy, it's been rough waters from the foul line for him. His bad fortune continues.
Augustine passes to Singler. Feeds to Meeks. And Singler kicks to Augustine. And stolen by Jeff Teague. Here is Korver. Now the pass to Millsap. Teague against Augustine. Tolliver for 3. Al Horford with the rebound. The Hawks trail by 5. Carroll with the 3. Singler with the rebound. The Pistons have gone 2 of 3 from the floor as we've gotten this overtime period underway. Pass to Meeks. Overtime in full swing here. 2 minutes off the clock. This one for 3. Paul Millsap with the rebound. Millsap's got his 16th rebound on the night. Teague kicks to Carroll. Millsap with it, working on Tolliver. Now the dish to Carroll. Here's Teague, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam. He can fly, can he? He'll make you forget he's a point guard sometimes.
Yeah, Clark. When he does decide to attack the basket, Kevin, he can do it with the best of them.
And this is the time to attack with these two teams locked in such a close game.
Into Al Horford. He hangs, and it's good. Fought through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
When you can make adjustments to the shot in midair and midstream and still knock it down, you know you're flowing.
Shooting for Atlanta, Al Horford.
And it's tied up with that one. Now Augustine, just one more assist and he'll have the double-double.
I love the awareness he's shown in the half court tonight. He's been the guy on the boards today, no question.
Steve, you're all over it. I mean, his numbers back it up. He's been working extremely hard out there.
Millsap a screen on Augustine to take the lead. Back to Teague. He feeds it to Carroll. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. To the left wing. Horford sets a screen for Teague. Kicks to Carroll. Takes the three. That's good. And the Hawks lead by 3.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
Yeah, look at the discrepancy in the assist column between these two teams.
And Augustine kicks to Jerebko. To the paint. It's tipped. Here's Tolliver. And he gets it to go. And here is Teague. There's the feed to Korver. Horford with it. Working on Tolliver. Another shot. Outside Teague. And now, here comes Augustine leading the break. Shot is no good. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 so far in their three-point attempts in overtime. Millsap a screen. Teague dishes to Horford. Back to Teague. Clock at 4. It's hauled in by Tolliver.
Well, at least he had the presence of mind to change his shot when the defense got on him. You've got to improvise sometimes.
And Kyle Korver picks up the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
Tough break for the defense. He took the heat and drew the whistle.
Yep, but when you get there late, that's what happened.
And the Pistons making a change here. Butler's checked in.
I'll tell you what, the mid-range shot is not the easiest one to make, but when you've got daylight like he had there, I mean, those are shots you want to make.
Teague, the pass to Horford. Shot from the low block. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. They trail by 1. 17 seconds left to play in OT, and this battle continuing. Guys, your thoughts?
Well, and you've got the luxury here of running a play, so you want to do something that you're very comfortable with.
Absolutely, Steve. I mean, no need to panic whatsoever. I mean, they're in a very good spot right here.
Here's Teague. Good!
He had his choice of finishing moves there, and you just got to love the fact he went old school with the finger roll.
And so it's the Hawks who come out on top. Clark, what a game.
Yeah, they kept their cool. Stayed with the game plan, and that's why they came out on top.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Al, plenty of battling out there tonight. At what point did the team start to really respond in terms of trying to stay on top of the momentum in this game?
It all started the second half. We didn't do a good job the first half. We let them hang around. But, at least we reacted better the second half. This is one of those games that we just had to, will our way to win this.
You toughed it out, Al. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, Doris, for that. And now for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan saying see you next time as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Jeff T.